Hey everyone, it's Paul, the virtual investor, and today I want to talk about a topic that a lot of people are talking about right now. A lot of other real estate investors are worried, are we hitting a declining market and what do we do? How do we adjust our model? So before I dive in on here, make sure you click on the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications to get notified whenever we put out new videos. And hopefully if you like it, if you do like the video, make sure to give us the thumbs up here. It definitely helps us out. All right, so let's get into it. It looks like right now the market is shifting, right? Inventory is growing a little bit, not that much. We're still less than half of the inventory we had in 2019. So that was the last normal market we can remember. So still less than half that inventory. So we're still in a basic, if you look at macroeconomics, you have limited supply and you still have demand. So you're not going to have a big price crash, right? You're just not going to have that. Think about we're moving into a more normal, a more stable market. So that's kind of the best piece of advice I can give you for as far as looking at it, how you're looking at the market. Now, what do you do since the prices are stabilizing? You can't depend on the market going up. I wouldn't anticipate a lot of markets going up in 2023. We should have a relatively flat, maybe slight 2-3% increase in growth in 2023, meaning sales price growth. I think we've definitely hit that plateau, potentially on a slight downward trend, but nothing that I can see right now that's going to cause any kind of a crash, right? The only thing that would really cause a crash is if there were mass layoffs, unemployment, right? Then you're going to really push people. A lot of people don't have savings. So what are they going to do next? Sell their biggest asset. What is the thing that's gone up the most over the last few years? Your real estate, right? So then that could throw a monkey wrench in everything. Inventory could really pile up, which would ultimately push pricing down. That's basically a black swan event. That's not something we can depend on or even prepare for, right? So what you can do to protect yourself a little bit, let's say the market goes down 5 or 10% next year. So when you're looking at your numbers, make it simple math here, $100,000 property, instead of using 75%, use 70% as your ARV number, or not as your ARV number, as your number that you're going to be able to make an offer on the property minus repairs, right? So a lot of people are getting up to 75 and 80% in different markets, some even going 85. I've stuck with my 75 and 70 in very rural markets. Protect yourself a little bit. So just back off those numbers, fluff up your repair numbers a little bit to give you a little bit of a hedge against inflation, cost of supplies going up, cost of labor going up, materials and scarcity, and having longer holding times with these properties, right? So assume you normally think you could fix a property and sell it within a 6-month period, give yourself 8 or 9 months now. Just give yourself a little bit more leeway, build in a little bit more holding costs to protect yourself and just reduce what you think that ARV is, the after repair value on a property. That's going to be your safest and best way. Again, looking at the numbers here, it doesn't look like we're going to have any big declines. We still have migration going on, not nearly the way it was before. It's definitely slowed quite a bit. But if you look at numbers, the baby boomer generation, which is far and away the largest, I think 72.1 million in this country, people aged 55 to 73. So where do people who are aged 55 to 73 generally move to? What areas? They generally go to the Sun Belt. The Sun Belt's obviously got huge growth. It's had the most growth probably over the past few years. That's going to continue. So they may be lesser hit than markets in the Northeast, where I'm already seeing things slow down a lot more. Give you an example of growth too over the past year. So even though those markets were red hot in Northeast and compared to other spots in the country here, that the Northeast really did have a lot of growth as far as smaller markets like Philadelphia, Boston really shot up a lot. I still only went up 11%. The house I used to own, according to Redfin's data, the one I sold last August, only went up 11%. The house I bought in Florida went up almost 41%. Huge difference, right? So that tells you where demand is. Baby boomers are our largest generation, still migrating in the Sun Belt. They're still going to want to retire. Over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you still have people that will retire and come down to Florida or Arizona, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas. These are the markets they're likely to go to and increase their living expenses because of no income tax in the state, right? They're just going to have federal income tax and a better quality of life. They're going to be able to do more, feel less pain in warmer areas. So There's hopefully a couple things that'll help you maybe focus on these different markets, get away from some of these other Northeast and Central and North markets, and stay away from markets like Vegas and California that are much more cyclical and much more hit by recessions. All right, that's it, guys. Hopefully you guys got a lot out of it. Catch you on the next video.